Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. So today on Sam Swift Journeys, we are going to do something I've been wanting to do for quite a while. We're going to put a temperature gauge on our portable Pit Boss smoker. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and today we're going to do it. I'm going to take you through the steps on how I'm going to put it on, and I'm also going to show you the gauge that I got. So stay tuned and come along for the journey. So we're going to take you through a step-by-step process on how we're going to put the temperature gauge on, and I'm also going to show you the gauge that I got. Now, full disclosure, I did not pay for this gauge. I was approached by the company ALLOXITY, and they wanted me to review a couple of products for them. So they sent this product to me along with another one that I'm going to do a video on in the future. The one stipulation that I had was that I wanted to be able to do an honest review. They agreed 100%, and I have to say, it's been great working with the company. I haven't even looked at the product yet, so I'm going to unbox it for you right now and show you exactly what we got in the package. This is how it came shipped. It's just in a standard little envelope here. I'm going to go ahead and open it up and show you what's inside. I haven't seen it yet either. So it is just the ALLOXITY grill zones. It's silver. This is the box. There's not much to it. I'm going to take it inside where I got a little bit better lighting. So we've come inside and set up, and this is the company right here. You see it says ALLOXITY, and it gives you the part number and everything. This is the temperature gauge that we're going to be using. We're going to actually be putting this on the front of the Pit Boss grill. So we open it up. This is how we're packaged inside. We've got a piece of foam, and here's the grill, the gauge itself, and comes with a little bubble wrap on there, and of course the gauge right here. It's really nice. It actually goes all the way up to 800 degrees, and it has zones where it says smoking, baking, grilling, and of course searing on the other side. And it looks to be pretty well made, pretty good quality, and it's got just everything you need to install it. Now, this is actually designed to be used on other grills like Weber's and different things, kettle grills. I am adapting it to the smoker, and we're just going to drill a hole and we're going to put it in there and see how it works. I have a feeling it's going to work very well. So inside the box, and set that off to the side, you have a little card with it that talks about the instructions. Let me get it turned right side up. Grill temperature gauge, and it talks about user guide in here. And inside you've got of course all your safety instructions, your specifications and things, and usable temperatures: 800 degrees, lowest temperature is 50 degrees, 2.2 inches in diameter, and the stem diameter is about 2.2 inches. Total length is 3.2 inches. And we're going to actually check all that out with a tape measure here in just a minute. And it talks about installation, recalibration, and all of those things right here. It does seem to be pretty well made. It's nice. It's a nice unit. So let's go ahead and get the tape measure out and get some measurements going here. So across it is 2 1/4, almost exactly, and about 2 inches on the inside. And then the total length of it is right about 3 inches. You can see that. If I go from the back, it's 2 1/2, about 2 3/4 complete. So we are going to go ahead and get this thing installed. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to need to do this job. So I've decided I want to put it right about here on the lid. So I'm actually going to take a piece of blue tape, make some measurements, show you where I'm going to put that. Put the tape on there and make a mark. Of course, you're going to need a drill. I'm going to actually drill a pilot hole with a 1/8 bit, and I'm going to use a step bit to actually make the hole. I'm pretty sure that 3/8 is going to be the perfect size hole. We'll find out here in just a minute. And of course, a marker, tape measure, and the device itself. Now, it came with a stainless steel washer and a wing nut. I've actually found, since I like to hoard washers and stuff, a washer that's a little bit thick. I think this was from one of my hunting stands, and it should be a perfect offset to put on here and hold the gauge just ever so slightly off the surface. So we're going to go ahead and get the camera situated and get started and go through the process. Okay, so here's where we want to put it. It's on this surface right here. And what I'm looking for is, turn it over, somewhere right in this general area, right about here where the probe is going in kind of to the center. I don't want it way up high. I don't want it down low, too low on the front here, because I don't want it to touch the meat. It's a very small grill. So I'm thinking somewhere in this general vicinity, right about here, is going to be good. So I'm just going to put a piece of tape here real quick, and that way we can mark where we want it, and we'll have a reference point. Don't need a lot of tape. I'm going to say right around there is going to be good. I don't want it all the way to the top, don't want it all the way to the bottom. So I'm thinking right about there might be good. So let's go ahead and measure this out. Okay, so that's where I'm going to put it. It's right there. Measure this is 14 1/4. So 7 1/8 would be right there. That's dead center with that. So I think that's going to look pretty good right there. So that's where we're going to, I think that's where we're going to put it. So again, we want this to be like this, going into the grill. And because of this curved surface, I don't want to put it too low. I don't want to put it too high. I'm thinking right there is going to be good. It'll be a good height to see it. So let's go ahead and get this party started. I'm just going to use a drift to mark a hole to get a dent in there. Again, you don't necessarily have to do this way. It's just how I'm choosing to do it. I am going to use a step bit, and the step bit, we're going to take it down to the third step, which would be 3/8, and we're going to test fit, see how it does. And that is going to be just perfect, and that is a really nice spot for it. I like it there. So we're going to peel this tape off. My hole is actually pretty nice in there. Now please, I know the outside of the grill looks good, but please excuse the inside. This grill gets used a lot. So there's where my hole came out inside, and it's not too bad in there. I'm going to clean it up just a little bit. Okay, so I got my hole nice and deburred. I don't know if you can see inside here, but right here is where it came off inside. And then it's got this barrier between a hopper here and the rest of the grill. Ideally, it should have been over here in the center of the actual cooking chamber, but I don't want it to look that way on the outside, so I did decide to put it centered. But just so you know, it is not centered in the actual hood itself. I think this is going to be good though, because of the way this thing cooks and the way it's designed. The heat actually comes up from the sides and rotates up like this. It's actually going to be catching heat pretty well distributed in here, and I think it's going to work out really well. So let's go ahead and get it installed. So again, I have this washer I'm going to put on the back. We're going to put that through the hole, just like that. I do have a nice little offset there, so that should be good. We'll add this washer on the inside, and we'll bring in the wing nut. I think this is going to be good because it's going to be out of the way just enough to where when we're cooking, it's not going to be interfering with the meat too much. We'll give this a little rotation. And we are going to call that installed. I think it looks great on there. It's nice and centered. It's nice and secure. It's in a perfect field of view right there. And I think this ALLOXITY temperature probe, or temperature gauge as they call it, is going to work out really well. Okay, so there's the installation. very straightforward, very simple, just a few tools, and you can adapt this ALLOXITY temperature gauge to pretty much any grill that doesn't have one. If your grill has one and it's not working properly, you're not happy with it, this could be a really good replacement for it. We haven't cooked with it yet, we haven't tested it, so that's yet to come. So the next part of this video, we're going to actually be smoking something on here, and we're going to be tracking our temperatures with the ALLOXITY temperature gauge to see just how accurate it is and how well it works. So stand by for that. So we are doing our first cook with the ALLOXITY temperature gauge on the smoker, and so far it's going just really well. We're showing a temperature of 245 down here on the smoker. This generally has a 20 to 25 degree swing between the firebox and what's going on in the lid up here. And I'm going to move the camera just a second and show you, but it's been averaging 225 to 220, which is about perfect. We got a little pork shoulder in here, and that's exactly where we want our temperatures. I've tested this before with different temperature probes to see, and that's generally what I have in there, but not a real convenient way to do it, just trying to stick something in there and hold it or tape it in place. So this has been working brilliantly. And let me move the camera so I can show you what that looks like. So again, we are a little bit later in the morning now, and we have 255 showing on the gauge because we're in a smoke surge right now. And we're going to scan up here, and we're going to show you that we are closer to 225 on our probe up here. So again, this thing is just doing really well. Super happy with it. Okay, so it's been about 7 hours, and I have to say that the ALLOXITY temperature gauge has worked out flawlessly. It's showing about 225, which is exactly what we're looking for inside. And I do have a temperature probe on the inside that is showing pretty much the exact same thing. I'll put a picture up over here of what that looks like. So all in all, this has been a really good product, a really good installation for us. So that's going to go ahead and wrap up this review of the ALLOXITY temperature gauge. This has been a great unit for us. This thing's been giving us very constant, very steady readings for the past 7 hours on this cook. The affiliate link for it is down below in the description. Remember, we are Amazon affiliates, and we do get a very small commission. But the good thing about that is you still pay the same price, and any discounts that are available still apply. So again, we really appreciate you watching, and remember, it's all about the journey. And if you're wondering what we're going to have for dinner, it's right here. We are having some pulled pork tonight. So again, hey, thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.